So,
Oh, yeah, we'll
whatever,
just smile and chat and do the,
just like they did in the old show.
Exactly, right. Meanwhile, we're mic'd anyway. They can still hear us, but...
Oh, can they? Don't say anything dirty, for God's sake. All right.
We got to keep it under wraps, so...
We're live at Symposium.
Yes, we are live at Symposium, and welcome back, everybody. Our weekly Loosey Goosey show, live from Symposium. We wanted to get out of the studio. We've got beautiful spring weather today and the next few days coming up. So
this is in the 20s. It's summer.
This is getting where we want to be, and like you say, we're live here at Symposium. They're doing takeout here. We are not eating here. We're not having food. We're not We're not doing any of that.
That comes later.
We will be taking takeout away, obviously, tonight. You can take takeout away as well. You can give them a call at 877-2222. Such an easy number to remember. I don't even have to write it down anymore.
And don't forget, they're looking for some new help here.
Exactly. They are preparing for the lockdown to end and looking for new staff. Some new staff have moved on that used to be here to other jobs just because of the COVID situation. So, if you're looking for a job, give them a call at the same number, 905-877-2222. And
they're looking for cooks.
Main thing they're looking for right now, for sure. So
okay for servers right now, but he says he's got to get some good cooks in here.
So once again, Leah Lywood, Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lakin, we're all mic'd up tonight. We're outdoors, so
it's nice to get outside.
It is. It's nice to be out, and anybody, you see tons of people out doing the walk-in and the trails. You go out through Limehouse and the cars are just lined up on the road there, and everybody's out on the trails, which is great. It's good to see people getting out and enjoying, Mother Nature as we roll into summer. So.
And actually, you see a lot more people walking now than you did before COVID.
Heck yeah!
People are because they have to get out of the house.
The four walls are closing in, man. Cabin fever or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I haven't left my kitchen for a couple of weeks because I'm planning on visiting my dining room, and I want to make it more of an event,
Well,
so I've stayed out of my.
You got to schedule everything.
Yes, because I like to travel.
Right,
of course.
Yeah,
as we all do.
So
I'm planning on going to the dining room next week, but we're all COVID. Babies here and
COVID frustrated. Everybody is frustrated, and you see all the people ranting and raving on Facebook and so forth, and it's everybody wants to have somebody to blame, and really the thing to blame is COVID.
I have to say I had my shot. I had my Moderna shot.
Right, yeah, you had that yesterday, right?
Yesterday. I got my first shot. I went to the Gellert Center. I have to say on air, live right now, how impressed I was with Halton Region, how they just got everything so right. What a team.
Yeah.
I got there, my shot was for 2:45 at the Gellert Center. I got there at 2:34. I got out of my car. I was getting my shot at 2:45.
Right on.
And now you go through several people, but it's the way it's done.
Wow.
When I was pulling into the Gellert Center, I almost died because the parking lot was full, and I'm going, oh no. And you see all these horror stories of people, poor seniors, back at the beginning of this, standing there with walkers for hours on end. And
the weather was sketchy then, too. You didn't know what it was going to be like that
colder,
day, or even that afternoon for
But really, people go out and get it done. Let's get her done and get back to normal. And it's really harmless. Like, I got a bit of pain in my, because of the muscle where the shot goes in. But I got the Moderna. It's funny how we were talking in the car, the Easy Taxi. There's your plug, Sean. About how, you get into thinking about stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well, you got so much time to sit and think.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Because it's not very busy right now.
No, it's not.
So obviously today's show brought to you by our good friends here at Symposium, and we're located right across from the Walmart Plaza, the Walmart Mall. And you can get your takeout today at 905-877-2222. And our news is brought to you by...
Of course, our friends at Max Tires.
Our good friends.
And, of course, they are located at 61 Guelph Street in beautiful downtown Georgetown. And the phone number is...
you should have that memorized by now.
I like my yellow... I've got it. 873-9255. And, of course, licensed mechanics. And the lowest prices on tires
in Southern Ontario.
And
That's a bold statement.
And they're also licensing large vehicles now.
And, commercial trucks and all that stuff.
And our friends at Fred's Towing, we'd like to say hello to them as well, of course. Now, the total, this is for Friday, May the 14th, okay? May 14th.
Yes, it is. My youngest daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Kendall.
Yeah.
Oh,
happy birthday to her, yeah. All right, 76 total, which is down.
That's down, yeah. That's nice to hear. That's almost 25 less than last week.
That's right. Lowest since back in late March, 76. 31 in Oakville, 20 in Milton, 15 in Burlington, 10 here in Halton Hills. 4,949 variants, which is up from 4,874. And
for all the nitpickers out there.
Yeah, and the big story, I guess, today's story is the Halton Catholic District School Board will look into its students' trustee policy, following criticisms from students claiming the policy kind of like it's discrimination against non-Catholics, is basically what she's saying. Nominees for that position, among other requirements, have active parish membership and regular mass attendance. That restriction has financial consequences behind it. Pardon me. And that's what she went on to say. So there's a bit of fire brewing here.
Yeah, I'd say.
Apparently, when you're elected to be a student trustee, you are awarded a scholarship of $2,500. Non-Catholics are excluded, and they can't run for this position at all anyway. So there's a bit of a squabble, and there's more to this story.
I'm sure there is.
There's
got to be.
The whole story.
A lot of stuff going on with the Catholic School Board right now. It's kind of been, a little bit more in the news lately. Yeah. With the Pride Month thing and everything.
Is that my weather, John? Kind of reminds me of when
the wonderful world of live outdoors, and we're not totally live, but we're kind of live.
Back when I used to read the weather on FM 108 at night, and Mark Panopoulos would be setting fire to it with his Bic while I was reading it on the air. But anyway.
Some more news here. Outdoor activities done safely with physical distancing and masking are necessary to support physical and mental health, especially during this prolonged period of lockdown, mentioned the region's 4 mayors, regional chair, in a joint statement that was posted on May 11th. Guidance provided by the COVID-19 Science Advisory Table for Ontario, that has also been endorsed by the Ontario Medical Association, encourages safe outdoor activities. We were just talking about that, and all the mayors, throughout the Halton region have all been stating this and carrying on about this. Even I saw Mayor Bonnet posted, I'm not going to quote word for word, so I apologize, Rick, but he was going on about why we can't have people on the golf courses and certain things that people should be able to do, yet they have tons of people in Walmart and Costco and stuff like that. While gathering of politicians stated they continue to discourage large gatherings in any setting, they noted small groups of people from different households should be allowed to get together outside for activities with masking and a 2-meter distancing. The mayors and chair also mentioned they stand with Halton students who are asking for a safe return to sports when health guidance and evidence suggests it's safe to do that. And a lot of kids that aren't going to be doing sports.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get back. There's going to be a lot of training to do when it's time to get back to something like that.
And I see the CNE's been canceled again.
Oh, has it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Again, I'm not super surprised at that. It's I think it's just a preemptive strike that everybody's doing, right?
It's been so long.
It has, and really they're talking that we're not going to see a 50% rate of vaccine for double, everybody having both their shots until the fall.
September.
Yeah, they're talking September. And
I got my second shot my mom's birthday, September 2nd. Yeah.
Oh, I'm right after. It's funny, I'm kind of right after you. I'm the 4th, I think it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's going to be an interesting summer, say the least, because now we don't have Me Too 4. We will be at Lee's Garage next week, but without the band. But we will be broadcasting from there next week. So.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's still going to be beautiful.
The government is stating that, we may have somewhat of an okay summer.
I saw
the numbers.
I saw statements close to that, and it's like,
too.
You know, for me, and I think for a lot of people, as we see, they're getting out, and that's what they need to be doing. Is if it means going for a hike, go for a hike. It's healthy.
Pardon me for a moment while I take a sip out of my Symposium coffee.
You really like that cup too.
To the camera. I love those cups. They're beautiful. Here.
I'm taking one home for the studio.
It was so funny. Gavin worked so hard to make sure I got a Symposium cup, but the Diet Pop, you can't read it. So.
Awesome.
Beautiful cups. I
Aren't
just
they?
love those.
They're collector's items. As soon as I saw this, I said, can I have one?
So we're chatting a little bit more today, and we're having a lot more fun because we're live here at Symposium. 905-877-2222. Order your takeout today. And we don't have a lot of news, really. When you sent me the stories, I was quite surprised to see how few there were.
A lot of Phil. Stay-at-home order, of course, in our region.
We love Phil. Phil's a nice guy.
Phil's a nice guy.
We do like Phil.
He is a good guy. I've always spoken very highly of Phil.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact. Do you remember Phil's last name?
No.
The stay-at-home order in our region and the rest of the province will carry on into June. Ontario Premier Doug Ford mentioned on Thursday. Poor Doug. The order that was set to expire May 19th has been extended until at least June the 2nd. The Premier stated pointing to ICU numbers, hospitalization decreasing, but still being high, and the government having to make some extremely hard choices.
Yeah.
And they are, to protect the hospitals and everything, the whole system. All public health and workplace safety measures under the Ontario-wide emergency brake will also remain in effect. And, I got a couple of messages, hey, you're pro-Ford all the time. Yeah, I like the guy as a person. And I think he's going through a lot of crap right now.
Oh, hey,
well, this is
because any leader is right now.
You go across any province, and Jason Kinney out in Alberta there, everybody's whining about him. Yeah. He's pulled a few bonehead moves. And to me, what this says to me is when we come to our next election, people, we really, really, really need to think about who we are going to put into power. Because not only is our government here to run our country, but they're here to protect us in these situations like this. Pretty much, So, it's interesting to see.
When I see my relatives in England going down to the pub, having a beer, and going out and doing. England's opening up.
Yeah.
We're still doing this.
Did you see in Texas? They had a boxing match in Texas with 76,000 people in the stands.
And you're not seeing any number, like no spikes, no this, that.
In the UK, too, they showed that there was, what they're doing is they're actually doing a test of everybody before they go in.
Yeah.
And they had like this big rave.
I think they're doing that with baseball and hockey in the States. I think that's what they're doing, is you have to go in, you have to show a vaccination shot and a negative test, and you can buy tickets to go in and watch the game. Because the Chicago Blackhawks game the other night had like 7,300 people in the stands. Yeah. So, all those people had to prove that they'd at least been vaccinated and had a negative test.
And then you see countries like India, and it's heartbreaking watching these poor people gasping for air with no oxygen. Yeah. So there's the other side of it too. So we're in the middle here in Canada, but we're still, close the airports.
Yeah, that's been the biggest one. And if nothing else,
I thought they were closed. That's the problem.
Well, this is it. It's been such a wishy-washy story you get all the time, and it's just
areas.
It's just like, come on, man. Like, how simple is it to see that that's been a problem? The amount of people, when you hear the numbers of people that are testing positive that are landing, and you hear the numbers that are people testing positive that are living here, the landing people are way percentage-wise higher than we are. Yeah. And it's just like, I agree with you. Close the damn airports, man. Come on.
That's what the others did. And they're coming out of it.
Australia and New Zealand have had the least numbers out of pretty much everybody that we know of. And they did it. They shut down for 6 weeks. No travel. None.
Well, popular stores in Burlington, Milton, and Acton are reporting new cases of COVID-19 this last week. Parent company Loblaw mentioned on Saturday that an employee at Milton's Real Canadian Superstore, 820 Main Street East, tested positive for the virus, with the sixth staff member last showing up for work on April the 27th. Also, 2 McDonald's stores in Burlington And a very popular grocery store in Acton is also reporting a positive case of COVID-19 amongst their employees. Sobeys, of course. Sobeys corporate posted on last Friday that an employee at the Sobeys, the only one in Acton, as a matter of fact, 372 Queen Street.
Which location again, sir?
Yes.
I know that one.
The one at the Acton location is confirmed to have COVID-19, and they stated the last day the employee worked was May the 1st. But as we keep saying, it's going to happen to companies, especially popular stores like
those
Sobeys and the
constant
Superstore
traffic.
And Walmart.
Walmart, you know, it's constant traffic, right?
Right.
And it's
and you don't forget to bring your grandmother along and the kids
and the nieces and nephews.
Stop doing that. Go grocery shopping by yourself.
Yeah, unbelievable. As we come into this beautiful, beautiful weather, what comes with that beautiful, beautiful weather, my friend? Construction. Like people say, we have 2 seasons here in Canada, winter and construction. We're going to have plenty of it going on here in the town of Halton Hills. Georgetown is going to be a mess. Even parts of Acton, like Churchill Road, Tanner's Drive to Ratchland Drive, all new crown repair and traffic calming situations going on there, whatever calming is supposed to be. Not a high traffic area, so I don't see the problem here.
It's the guy in the vest on the side of the road going,
calm down. Calm down.
It's everywhere too. Everywhere you go.
15th Side Road here in Georgetown area. You've got 15th Side Road to Trafalgar Road, 300 meters east of Trafalgar Road resurfacing. Eaton Street, Miller Drive, Barber Drive resurfacing as well.
The South's going to get it.
The South is getting it, but we also had stories a couple of weeks ago where they were talking about Maple and Guelph getting it.
That's all coming.
Guelph and Mountain View is all coming because it's also water mains that are going to be going in there as well. So that's
down right now at Kennedy and Main Street North, going down Arletta, down in that area there. Right now, it's all on Arletta. And down in there.
Right.
It's all ripped up right now for water mains.
Yeah, but those these are going to be really high traffic areas that they're going to be affecting. So people, you know, that are commuting and end up coming through Georgetown to stop at Tim Hortons, it might be an idea to catch another Tim Hortons and not come through town. You know, so it's just going to be a lot of construction going on in the Halton Hills, Georgetown area, and it's needed. These roads your cars are taking a pounding out here, man. You and I are on them all the time. We know.
Yeah. I'll tell you where every hole in Georgetown is.
Yeah, I know pretty much every manhole pothole that's out there. So, like I tell people, I'm going to Georgetown today. It's day to play. Dodge the manhole.
Dodge the manhole.
So,
every town is going through that right
Sure.
now as we come out of wintertime. A lot of potholes around.
Well, that's it. It's winter just seems to beat them up so badly.
Yeah.
Eh?
Now, being outside made me think of this story here. See how I led into that?
Yeah,
the Halton Hills Public Library is teamed with Conservation Halton to provide day use passes for Conservation Halton parks. And we have some beautiful parks out there.
We got tons of them.
The last year has demonstrated the importance of access to nature for our physical and mental health. This is according to Craig Mahan, who is the Director of Parks and Operations for Conservation Halton, especially as we continue to live through the ups and downs of this thing we call COVID-19. That's the movie, and it's now part 3. And it's getting very annoying.
Yeah.
Residents are allowed to borrow regional day passes.
You're thinking of other words.
Residents are allowed to borrow regional day passes free of charge, and the passes give you complimentary day access for one vehicle and its occupants at any Conservation Halton park. And as I mentioned, we've got some beautiful parks in Halton region.
And it is, you know, what have we got? Another 3 weeks basically for lockdown. So people are going to be going to do that stuff. That's just, what else are you going to do, you know?
Right.
It's run naked down the street just to entertain people. I've seen a few of those on Facebook. So, you know, people walking around. I think there was one in Hamilton and one in Guelph. So the mayors, they've been meeting a lot lately these days. And GTA mayors met a few days ago with Deputy Premier Elliott, Solicitor General Jones, and Dr. Tan, and talking about distribution task force.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time with that word, task. Mayors discussed the fact that residents 60 plus in the GTA area are now nearing that 70%, having received 1 dose of vaccination. And as supply has increased, it is time to now move to a much more aggressive vaccination approach that better reflects and addresses the needs of the community. With so many essential workers under the age of 18, grocery store clerks, drive-through service workers, checkout staff, it's obviously vital they need to get access to these
They're on
vaccines.
The front lines, these kids.
And
you go into food basics, it's 90% kids.
And we're seeing, a younger demographic getting the COVID virus and stuff like that too as well. So
that's, because they're hanging around together and it shouldn't be. Which, now come on, we all know this, right?
But at the same time, like you said, they're also on the frontline workers.
That's right. And they're very hard-working people.
I love seeing young kids out working. It's better than playing these video games all day.
That's right. And they keep... I haven't seen a grocery store in our area that doesn't keep up their sanitation properly.
No, I've seen pretty good things too. I've never seen anything
that's
made me...
always out there. They're spraying the carts all the time. I always wash my hands when I go in. Sometimes I go down the wrong aisle.
Oh, you bad boy!
And
you don't get the aisle cops coming after you?
I'm getting the aisle cops. I like the aisle cops. We've been watching WKRP.
I watch it all the time, man.
That show is tame compared to real
radio. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, now, here's an interesting one. Police are looking for a man wanted in connection with a theft at a Georgetown LCBO this last weekend. Halton police mentioned that about 5:30 p.m. last Sunday, May the 9th, our hero entered 236 Guelph Street, the LCBO, and allegedly proceeded to select several bottles of alcohol with a total price of $708.40.
That's quite a few bottles of alcohol. Yeah. Holy jumping.
Now, they're looking for about a 3-month shutdown or more.
Yeah.
Now, he put the bottles into a store basket, then allegedly walked out without making any attempt to pay for the items, saying only sorry as he left the store. Well, that's okay, buddy.
Sorry, I'll catch you later.
Yeah. The suspect is described as a white man in his 40s. He has a small build, approximately 5'5" and about 160 pounds, with a shaved head. He was wearing a black vest, a red hoodie with white logo picture underneath, dark blue jeans, black running shoes with green stripes.
He's colorblind. He's got to be.
Now, if you have any information regarding this incident, get in touch with Halton Police at 905-825-4777. It's a brazen that somebody would do that. I don't even walk right into an LCBO.
I used to jump cars and motorcycles and jump off cliffs and buildings, and I had that crazy, almost death wish kind of thing going on when I was growing up. I don't know how somebody has the balls to do that. I just don't. It's mind-boggling.
I've never stolen anything in my life.
I'd be terrified.
Just the thought of going in there, walking out with
it's over $700 worth of booze. That's a lot of booze.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
booze.
booze.
We've got his picture, our hero's picture here, and we've got it linked up on all over social media, all over the local. You'll see it on our Good Morning Halton Hills stuff. And if you're gonna steal something.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. You know what I mean? Like, good grief. But that's a lot of money, $708.
Yeah. And again, at the end of the day.
Am I crooked?
Oh, God, yeah.
How long have I been crooked for? It's his fault. He's supposed to make sure he's the crooked manager of my toque.
I'm the one who doesn't care about it. It's you two that care the most about it. It's like, how do I give it?
Hey. We've got some really old people with birthdays coming up.
Yes, we do. That's
some local Halton Hills birthdays.
Our new segment that we've got on the show. That's fantastic. You want your birthday on? Get in touch with us at Halton Hills Online on Facebook, and you want your birthday
or
some? Yeah, if you got something you want to put out there to somebody, we love those things, man.
You got a message for somebody?
Yeah, happy anniversary, or happy pregnancy could be, never know, or so sad that you're pregnant. I don't know. It could go, could go either way. This is kind of cool because we do promote local music a lot you and I are huge fans and promoters of our local bands, and we love our, we all are here at Halton Hills Online. We love our local music. It was great to see our good friend Monty. Thirsty Thursdays is back. I was so happy to see him bringing that back, and great to see because they promote a lot of local music. But the backdrop of a local band's new music video may look awfully familiar to folks who call Halton Hills home. Kyle and Ben Hanna, who are known as Mountainhead, did their shoot for their new single Let It Out right in downtown Georgetown. I did see some of that going on too. Due to pandemic rules, the two say they had to really flex their DIY muscles to finish the video, which has a puppet versions of themselves that they made at home. I'm dying to see this. This is going to be really cool.
I'm going to check them out in the studio tonight, and if we like their music, we'll add it to our Halton Hills Online Radio playlist. And if I really like, I'm going to have a meeting with myself tonight. I'm the music director and the assistant music director.
That's right.
So I'm meeting with myself later tonight to discuss whether we'll put them on for Saturday night between 6 and 7. I've also got a few radio things to talk about before we go, but not yet. So
they did mention that usually they're on set with a crew, which usually we would be too. We try to keep it minimalized as best as we can, but they had to scale it back. They had to get a little bit creative, and we just want to wish them all the best luck, and we look forward to it. And we're going to have their video linked up on our page.
Yeah, let's link it up. And what's the name of the band again?
Mountainhead.
Mountainhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dynamite guys, and I've seen a little bit of stuff from them over the past year, and definitely seen a real good growth in the band and the sound and what they're doing. So
one thing I've learned about this pandemic is thank God for sports, and to get our minds away from the things that are going on around us. It's one of the things that I look forward to. Is I watch my highlight reel every night. You know that.
Yep.
And I love my sports, and I love everything to do with it. And thank God that and you got to realize these sports teams, they're not making money right now. They're doing this for you and I.
Yeah.
Now they may get kickbacks here and kickbacks there, but they're working for next to nothing compared to what they're used to.
Exactly.
Let's not forget that.
That's a good way to put it. At least you clarified it with
NHL,
that, what they're used to.
As Bettman said, we're not making money. We're doing it for the fans. And you know what? That's rock and roll.
It's the way it should be.
Now, we can't talk about
We've been there
Raiders.
for them, so.
We can't, because they're not playing. We can't talk about the Bulldogs because they're not playing. But we want to throw a little bit of sports into here. And this is Big Daddy's local team sports statuses.
Right.
Now, you can replace this with your home team even. If you live in Columbus, you can do it with the, or if you live in Tampa or whatever, you can do it. But the Leafs, this week, they beat Montreal and they lost to Ottawa, so they're 1-1.
Right.
So in Big Daddy language, it's ho-hum past the beer, eh?
It's,
for the Leafs.
Bang on that one.
That's not a good way to go into the playoffs, boys.
No.
Especially
with Ottawa.
The way you looked against Ottawa the other night, my grandparents could have beat you with a stick in the basement.
Oh, and the thing that killed me was that move at the end in the overtime. Marner, one of my all-time favorite players for the Leafs, making a pass like that in a giveaway was just like, what the heck happened there?
Okay, I know it's coast time, and you can you can coast, but don't give us a bit of entertainment too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't give up the ghost. I'm not taking anything away from Ottawa because they always seem to have our number this year. Now the Raptors, 0-3.
The tone change.
Oh yeah, your voice tone just changed right there.
A loss to Memphis, a loss to the Clippers,
and
a loss to the Bulls. They're 0-3. Sucks big time.
Yeah.
Is a Big Daddy status for the Raptors this week. So the Raptors have sucks big time, and the Leafs, of course, are ho-hum, pass me the beer. And the Jays, well, you know what? 4-1. That's beauty, eh? Beauty, eh? They swept Atlanta. And, of course, they lost one to Houston, but they beat Houston too. So they're looking good. The boys are looking good down there. And Toronto FC, ho-hum, pass my beer. Because they lost to the New York Red Bulls and they beat Columbus. So there you go.
And, Columbus they should have beat anyway. That's not a big,
But so I really do miss the Raiders and the Bulldogs and reporting.
Well, that's it. And I've actually talked with quite a few people over the last few months that are the same thing, especially the Raiders. that, you know, they were a mainstay here. People went to the games and enjoyed the games.
Well,
and,
when you had Halton hits, you had them on the air.
On the air, yeah.
You did the live play-by-play.
Yeah.
And really, when we get back to normal, I would really like to start promoting the Raiders. And Gavin's in tight with, from Symposium is in tight with the Raiders coach. I'd really like to let's get back to the way we were. And on Saturday night, instead of going to a Leaf game, go to a Raiders game.
Oh, yeah.
Take the kids out. Buy them popcorn, buy them a burger and a hot dog.
It's actually funny you say that because
Bulldogs too, same thing.
You know, my wife and kids were living here in town, you know, years ago. And that's how I got interested in the Raiders was when the NHL went on strike. Me and my neighbor would come over here and you'd pay your $8 or $7 or whatever it was to get in, and you got to watch a great hockey game.
That's right.
You know, and you got to support your local team, and it was awesome. So.
And the Raiders have always, you know, Bob Bairstow, God bless him, he's at every game. And I can't wait to see Bob again.
Yeah.
And have some popcorn and watch the Raiders. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I feel good this week. I had my shot.
You're good to go.
I'm good to go. All right. It's time for Big Daddies and
really old people with birthdays.
Really old people with birthdays. And you have to be in your 70s to make this list. David Attenborough, 95 this week. Tony Tennille. Love will keep us together. She is 80.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a slap in the face right there.
Billy Legend, the drummer of T-Rex, is 77. Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire is 70. Glenda Jackson, amazing actress, 85. Sonny Curtis, friend of Buddy Holly, was in the Crickets, 84. Tommy Rowe is 79. Candice Bergen, 75. Murphy Brown, of course. Donovan is 75 years old.
Wow.
Can you believe that? All right. Eric Burden is 80. House of the Rising Sun.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yes, House of the Rising Sun, man.
Oh, I remember.
And they made some great records.
God,
didn't they? Oh, Monterey and everything. Graham Goldman of 10cc is 75. Bobby Valentine, the manager, is 75, the baseball manager. Dave Mason, we just disagree, 75. And I'm not making this up. Magic Dick is 75. You know who he is? He's the harmonica player on the Jay Giles band. And I'm not making that up. Okay?
I have heard that.
All right. So, and then, of course, we have Paul Thompson of Roxy Music is 70. Burt Bacharach's 93.
Burt Bacharach.
He's still kicking anyway.
Felipe Alou is 86. Johnny Busick. Remember him? Boston Bruins.
The Boston
86.
Bruins, yes. That name was really ticking in my head.
Susan Hampshire's 84. I bet you don't know who Billy Swan is. I Can Help. The song, I Can Help, the country song. He's 79. Lindsey Krause is 73. Steve Winwood is 73.
Wow, I love Steve Winwood.
He playing with the Spencer Davis group.
At like 16.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Billy Squire is 71. Oh, God, now I feel old. George Carl, 70. Tony Perez of the Reds is 79. And Gene Cornish of the Rascals, who is Canadian and from Ottawa, 77. So there's the really old people with birthdays this week. God bless them all.
That's a big list.
In the 70s. That was a big list, wasn't it?
That was a big list.
The local ones, Bill James, happy birthday.
Yeah, hey, Bill. Happy Bill. Birthday, Bill.
And happy birthday to Catherine Terrell. It was her birthday on the 11th in Georgetown. And Jessica Skinner, who lives in Acton.
Skinner!
Yes. Jessica, actually, Jess is well known. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
I've seen her on social media a lot. She was celebrating a birthday in Acton on the 11th.
Right on.
So there you go. I'm sorry the birthday list was so long. That wasn't
Maybe
long. We should cut
a lot of birthdays today.
A lot of birthdays this week. But you get weeks with no news like this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we're,
we're kind
There's a lot of something going on because they're quite busy in
Yeah.
here today.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
that's
been
good.
people coming and going and coming and going.
Yep.
So once again, for one, speaking of birthdays, big happy birthday to my daughter Kendall,
Yes.
who lives in London.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Miss you very much,
All right.
and hope to see you soon one day. And we're live here at Symposium, just outdoors, enjoying some of this beautiful sunshine. As it's creeping in my back, it feels nice and warm,
Yeah,
actually.
nice,
So you want to give them a call. They're busy, as you can see, but if you want to order some dynamite food, give them a call at 905-877-2222 and order today. And we're just proud to be here. We just had to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather and bring you a nice light news week and a little bit of fun.
And we're going to be doing a food review on Symposiums on our supper tonight, aren't we? I'm going to do a video each.
We're getting our takeout and going to go home and eat it and do a little bit of a review for the Symposium as well. And any restaurants that want to have us have your food and all of that good stuff.
I love that English guy. I get him on my Facebook videos all the time. And all he does is he goes to takeaways in England and eats like a king for nothing.
Yeah.
And records it.
Yeah.
And he's got a sponsor.
Yeah.
Now that would fit.
Well, that's
hey, you and I.
We'll take food as payment.
Exactly.
We're cheap.
The cheeseburgers at Symposium are phenomenal.
But we won't lie for you either. If it sucks, it's going to suck, and we're going to tell people. But we'll tell you first before we tell people.
Right.
But
now we'd like to thank everyone at Max Tires, Sean and Rob and the gang, for sponsoring us every week with the news. We are, of course, in downtown Georgetown at 61 Guelph Street, and very busy place. Please call ahead. And we like to keep the showroom as light as possible. As far as
least amount of traffic.
So phone ahead. We are busy. We do have low prices on tires, the lowest in Southern Ontario.
Bold statement, baby.
And hey, Sean will back it up.
Yep.
And also licensed mechanics, and as you were saying, of course, they license large vehicles now too, so they do everything there. And hello to Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi, the gang, of course, who are backing us up, of course, as well. Now,
of course, our good friends at JV Clothing.
JV Clothing, of course, who are sponsors all week.
Yeah, they've been a sponsor all week on the news on Halton Hills Online. You can check us out at haltonhillsonline.com or our Facebook page at haltonhillsonline.com. And JV Clothing in the mall right here, and just dynamite stuff. And once again, we want to thank Gavin.
Would you like to put that in front of the camera one more time,
We want to thank Gavin and his team here for doing a great job keeping people fed in the town of Georgetown and Halton Hills. And we want to thank you for tuning in and viewing us every single week right here on Halton Hills Online.
And here we are live on location as you take a look at the Symposium Cup. Remember, community is driven by community. You navigate, and we'll drive.
And we'll drive.
I don't have my thing this week. My ping pong.
He doesn't have his closing chimes.
I'm a chimeless Big Daddy.
So once again, thank you for tuning in. Everybody have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.